This video is about my studies on drawing the mouth. Starting with its round structure, then moving on to each area. Lips, corners, upper and bottom planes that together form the mouth. And then sharing some tips on dealing with different perspectives and taking a quick look on how to draw open mouths. Then I'll finish with a practice exercise. That's the plan, so let's jump into it. Right, the first thing I learned is that the mouth is not flat. It wraps around the teeth, which has a cylindrical shape, so naturally the mouth will also display a round form. Each area of the mouth is divided into 3 planes that creates the roundness we see. The mouth also has a circular rhythm. The barrel of the mouth defines these boundaries and creates this rhythm with the left lines, or nasolabial folds, that run from the side of the nose to the corner of the mouth. Then it curves and meets the chin. In short, the roundness of the mouth is a combination of its planes and its circular rhythm. Now that I understand the overall structure and shape of the mouth, I can approach each area separately, starting with the upper lip. As I said before, it is divided into 3 planes. The middle plane comes in front of the side planes, and you can show this on the bottom contour by drawing an overlap where they meet. As for the upper contour, it has this V shape in the middle, known as Cupid's bow. Then the line tapers down until it reaches the corners. Speaking of it, the corners can have an upturn or downturn. This will vary from person to person or the angle of the mouth. The upper lip can also be divided into front plane and bottom plane, where the bottom plane wraps underneath the inside of the mouth and has a darker value than the rest of the lip. The lower lip is way simpler. It has a U shape that traces through the corners of the mouth. It also has 3 planes, and the middle plane is wider than the upper lip's middle plane. The bottom lip faces up and has a light value, especially on its top plane, where the value is lighter than the rest of the mouth. Moving on to the upper mouth area, we have the philtrum, which goes from the septum of the nose and widens up a bit until we reach the Cupid's bow. It has a small dip inside. The side planes of this section go from the wings of the nose to the corners of the mouth. There's also a narrow plane on top of the upper lip that gives it a little platform, and usually has a light value. As for the lower mouth area, its side planes are also known as pillars of the mouth. They have a soft plane change from the lower lip, as opposed to the middle plane, which has a steep plane change. It allows the lip to protrude and it's usually in shadows. Lastly, we have the corners of the mouth. It has a volume of a bean, and the forms around it are pinched inwards, creating almost a dimple. Once again, you can draw it with an upturn or downturn. Alright, here's some tips on drawing the mouth in perspective. On the front view, we can see the 3 planes of each section and both sides of the mouth are symmetric. When we start to rotate, one side will recede and we start to lose symmetry. On 3/4, we still see the 3 planes, but the lines of the foreshortened side will be smaller and at a more extreme angle than the other side. While on profile view, we can only see 2 planes, the front and one of the sides. The chin usually aligns with the lower lip, while the upper lip can protrude a bit more than the lower lip. But that's not set in stone, it can vary from person to person. Now, for the top view, we can see the line that divides the mouth curved up. You can curve the corners of the mouth down to soften the expression and make it not look like a smile. Also, the upper lip will appear narrower on this view. The bottom view is the opposite. The line that divides the mouth is curved down, and you can draw the corners up to balance the rhythm and avoid a sad mouth. Drawing open mouth is a bit more challenging. First, I see whether the opening of the mouth comes from the upper lip or the bottom lip. So I draw a line from corner to corner to see if this line is above or below the opening. There's going to be little to no change to the lip that is not doing the opening. For the other one, I follow the reference and pray for the best. As for the shape of the opening, it goes from a square shape on the front view to a more triangular shape on the profile. Okay, after establishing all this theory, I practice by drawing the mouth from different angles. I start by drawing 2 perspective lines to help position the mouth at the right angle, then I usually draw the upper lip first, because it has a more complex shape and it will help me place the lower lip afterwards. For open mouths, I found it easier to draw the shape of the opening first, then move to the lips. As for the line weight, I drew darker lines at the corners and in the middle parts, trying to fade them out as they go away. So this ends my studies on the mouth for now. Next I will study the eyes. If you found this helpful, you can let me know by clicking the like button. I also like reading comments, kind comments, and for those who want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!